Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be doing a video which has been requested by quite a few people, and that is going to be showing off the entirety of my room, my very small room. So just to give you guys a heads up and an idea of what we're dealing with here, that is 10 foot that way and 6 foot that way. So it really is impressive what we've been able to achieve and everything that we've been able to cram inside this very small space. So I am gonna probably have to stand on some stalls just to get access to everything. I've tried to light the room up as best as I can in order to show off all the stuff. It's just I want to keep that blind closed because there's a public footpath right outside there, and I don't want anyone sort of, you know, seeing something that I don't want them to see and think, oh, let's rob this place. So yeah, I think what we'll have to do is probably record in sections where I'll show off maybe the DVDs, then I'll do this very big action figure wall here, then the cabinets, sort of the masks, and then that row of DVDs, and then back again. Also got my little gaming setup there. So ignore that horrible mess. So yeah, as I say, we'll get started. Okay, so I think we'll get the boring stuff out of the way first. This is my bed, really nice blue sort of pattern, very good mattress, quite basic, but you know, everything it needs to be. My really rubbish bedside table here. I am trying to get a much better bedside table, but for now this is what I've got. It's really just to put my phone on. Usually I keep the lava lamp down there, but I thought, you know, I'll fish it out and I'll turn it on just to add some light to the room. So you've got my good friend Barney. Even though I'm in my mid-20s, me and Barney are still going. So got my bed, these curtains which kind of match the look of the bed. If I can just get the brightness up. As you can see, very nice colour pattern, sort of fades from white into blue because I've got these lovely white walls. Originally this room was entirely white, so we actually completely repainted it. You've got a white ceiling, you've got this really lovely blue, which I was in two minds about, but actually it does highlight everything really nicely. I think the idea was it was meant to be like a TARDIS blue. Although I will say it has turned out less purple than the colour initially looked. It kind of had a bit of purple in it, but overall I think it's really nice because in certain lighting, like on a sunny day when you've got the sun coming through the window, it actually kind of makes the white sort of just radiate a sort of blueness. And I have got my strip lights on at the moment, but if you're in this room in a sunny day, it kind of just gives you that overall blue consistency around the whole room, which is really cool. So this comes to about here. As you can see, just to show off guys, this is all the space I have. Like, it is just enough space to sit on the bed and not crash into any of this stuff, which fortunately is not something that has happened yet. So actually I think everything's worked out really well. And then that's pretty much the view I've got. One thing that is actually good is that the sun never actually sits permanently on this side of the house, so I don't have to worry about any of my stuff being light damaged. And here's my, I suppose you could say, entertainment setup. It is basically just a 4K monitor. It's not a TV. We've got a sound bar underneath it, and then at the moment all I have in is my PlayStation 2. I do have a PlayStation 5, but that's upstairs in the living room, just so that me and my landlord can watch stuff. I am trying to get a second PlayStation 5, one that I can actually hook up here in my room, but for now I do have this nice little PlayStation 2 Slim. Got all the cables down there, that's a bit of a mess. I have been playing Medal of Honor Frontline, which is really cool. I do actually really enjoy playing these older games, simpler times. We've got my quarter scale figures here by NECA, so this is the quarter scale Jason Voorhees, and that is actually a custom quarter scale Predator, which is immaculate. It comes with this really nice display stand, and the paint and the modifications to it just make it so much better than the NECA. My actual unmodified NECA one is down there. But I'm thinking of getting onto that in separate videos, guys. So I'm thinking of doing, you know, a video where I show off my Doctor Who stuff, video where I show off my NECA stuff. I'm going to be putting some polls out as well, just to ask what you guys want. So above my TV, you've got these shelves. So you've got sort of a Usagi Yojimbo, more animated style shelf. I am going to put some 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on here, because NECA are doing those. I really hope they do the 2012 Usagi as well. Well, by the time he was in the show, it was 2017, but you know, that version of him. And then up here, this is, these shelves are weird ones. So this shelf is really stuff that I didn't have enough room for on my main NECA shelf, which is at the other side. So I kind of just fused it all together. You've got some video game characters. You've got the video game Predator, Freddy, Endos. Then you've got the more kind of, what are they called? From the 90s, the Kenner, Alien and Predator. You've got the originals there, then you've got the more Kenner-inspired NECA series that they did, Alien Isolation, and then I've kind of crammed my Star Wars figures on here. I only have a few, I don't have that many, but this is like original trilogy, all stuff there. And then on the shelf above, more Star Wars figures and some Spider-Man ones, but in a second, guys, I'm going to climb on top of a stool and I'll be able to show them off better. Okay guys, so this is actually as close as I can get without just falling down there. So you've got the sort of prequel trilogy figures there. Moving on to sort of Spider-Man, Sam Raimi figures. You've got the Sandman, all things there. Marvel stuff, into sort of Spider-Man No Way Home display. Really like the Goblin figure. Nice Willem Dafoe head sculpt. And then on top of my CD cabinet here, as I nearly knocked this guy off, you can see that I've got my NECA Gremlins. I do plan to sort of display these all around the room and try to have them just in little areas, like, you know, they shouldn't be there because they're Gremlins. Then on the top shelf is pretty much animated Marvel, so you've got a Sandman, I think that's a Funko Pop. You've got the Sandman figures, all the Spider-Man retro figures by Hasbro. You've got some Toy Biz mixed in there, like the Doc Ock and various other characters. Got Toy Biz Sandman. Sandman is my favourite Spider-Man villain, just in case you couldn't tell, because I do have a multitude of variants. I've even got one tucked away at this shelf. This shelf is kind of a bits and bobs shelf. Like, I've got these really cool Alien and Predator money boxes. Very cool. I mean, just the paintwork and the sculpt on this is just immaculate, which is why I had to add it to my collection. And here, one thing I did do was I actually used a chrome pen to just chrome up the teeth, and I think it has just worked astonishingly. But look at that skull. It's absolutely brilliant. So some random bits and bobs. Got some Peter Rabbit things. I do love Peter Rabbit. Some metal classic Doctor Who figures. This weird pyramid thing I got on Temu. An 8th Doctor figure, a Chucky, Iron Giant, a retro cloth Roy Burns. As I say, the collect and build Sandman. The only reason he's here is just because he's far too big to go on that other shelf. Got a K1 robot there, the Higher Toys Predator, the Predator money box, and the Biomutant limited edition statue. Very cool. And then above that is kind of my Doctor Who DVD collection. So you got basically the whole of classic Doctor Who on the top, and that just kind of goes into New Who, only as far as these ones. The rest of them are on there, the CD cabinet, which I'll climb back down to in a moment. But yeah, this was very much, it just kind of came together by itself. Obviously, this shelf here was actually a recent add to the collection. Originally it was just these top two ones, but yeah, not quite sure what to do with this shelf yet. Originally it was going to be just for my NECA Universal Monsters, because they're just so impressive, but I actually quite like that it's just you know, knickknacks. It's just random bits and bobs. Sometimes it's nice to have a bit of chaos. So as I get down off this stool now, we'll take a look at what's lower down. So here's just a better look at that alien. It's such an impressive piece. I really do love looking at it. Got the limited edition coin that came with the Casino Royale steelbook, which are all there. So taking a look at the CD cabinet, that's kind of Doctor Who again. It's Winston Churchill and the sort of Ironside Daleks. And then here we have these very cool oh gosh, what's the name? And Star-Lord. They're a Japanese company. The name escapes me at the moment, but these are fantastic figures. Like, these are actually better than the Hot Toys ones, in my opinion. But they are so good. So I just thought they fit nicely in here, although his spare head's fallen on the side. Then downwards we've got the limited edition 4K releases of the Dalek movies. Really do love these. Got Doctor Who and the Daleks, the Dalek Invasion of Earth. Then we've got some of those retro figures, so Kenner once again. Difficult to see in the lighting. There we go. So sort of alien in there. And then we've got these sort of 5 points of articulation retro style figures, which are really cool. Once again, the name escapes me. As you can see, the back end of the big Predator here. This is behind my monitor. Then you've got my steel books. I used to display some of my 4Ks here, but they have since moved to the massive 4K shelf. So I'm looking for things to pop in there. Then we've got the sort of Stephen Moffat era of Doctor Who, which is tolerable, but it's not particularly good. Well, nor is any of New Who, really, but I'll get on to that. Then we've got some old video games. We've got the Tomb Raiders, Alien Trilogy, really cool game. I can play those on my PlayStation 2. Got some little Daleks, Product Enterprise. And then at the bottom, I've got my Hammer Horror collection, which is this big DVD box set. It's massive, it just slots in there, but it's really cool. So then at the side here, these are basically my NECA boxes. Now, I was hoping to be able to get these back home, but sadly my mom has fallen ill recently, so she's okay, she's doing well, but hopefully soon I can be able to get these out of here to make a bit more space. Do have some random bits and bobs. I'm gonna make her into a custom Sandwoman figure, the character Quicksand, because she's really cool. Got my first ever Killing Joke record. It's the single of Adorations. Really great band, highly recommend. And then behind that we've got this Kenner sort of Terminator figure, which was exclusive to the Terminator 2 3D event. I will get round to reviewing that soon if you guys want. Got a little Titan figure here. Oh, and the sonic screwdriver that came with a Doctor Who set. Got this nice little magnet as well, because this is actually the electric box, so we have to keep this open in case we ever need to have someone come and check our electrics, but because it's metal I can just magnetize that on and it's all good. A light switch here. Might put some posters or something around this area, just anywhere there's like a blank space, like over there especially. But yeah, so as you guys can see, all that carries on over there. Then up there, I'll probably have to climb on a stool again to get up there, but just behind the door. This is an old calendar. I'm not really sure what to do with it. That's my moth trap, because we live near a canal, so the insects get ridiculous. I mean, at the moment they've only caught 2 of those little mayfly things. Got my lightsaber in the corner, which is a NeoPixel. I'm struggling to actually work it because I keep putting it on the wrong settings, and now I'm just all panicked. And then we have my Doctor Who jigsaw, which me and my mom actually did over lockdown all those years ago. God, it seems like only yesterday, but I have been neglecting to put this on the wall. I've wanted to put it over there, but it's just here for now, and as I've said, you know, me and Doctor Who aren't exactly in a good place at the moment. But like I say, down here is my original NECA Predator, which hasn't been customized, but I will get onto that, like I say, when I do a NECA overhaul. So I think what I'll do is I'll get back on the stool and I will try and show off everything at the top, and then just sort of work my way down. So back in a sec. Okay, so we're up here again, and as you can see, my classic Doctor Who DVD collection kind of goes there, then down there, and then here this starts my classic Doctor Who Blu-ray collection. So I was initially not going to bother collecting these, but my landlord started and I got jealous, so God knows how much this has cost me in total. Moving on to the top shelf of my Doctor Who action figure collection, so this is like 1960s era, and then on the shelf below you've got the 70s, John Pertwee. I've left spaces for figures I don't have, so I've tried to really optimize the space. And then also moving on to Tom Baker, the sort of the rest of the 70s. Really cool displays. I'm really proud of these. It's just such a shame that you can't really see this one that well because it's so high up, obviously. I mean, you know, I'm way down there, but needs must. Got my nice lampshade. And I think what I'll do is next time I'm on the floor, I'll show those off. But as you can see, that just carries on over there. So into 80s Doctor Who now. I've got to try not to get in front of the light. A bit difficult because that window is my only light. So then into the NECA. So start off with Universal Monsters and the Hammer Horror Christopher Lee. Love that figure. I'm going to try and get a video of that out soon. More horror. Sort of action films, then into sci-fi with the Terminator figures, Terminator dog. Really wish that had been in the films. And then down here we've got like a American Werewolf display, which I desperately need to improve. I need to get the other two Nightmare Demons into Halloween, so this is really my main sort of horror shelf. But like I say, I'm going to do an individual video. I have already shown off my NECA horror collection, so I'll be doing an individual video on that. Sorry about shaking the camera, guys. So I'm now down on my knees, and we are way down here. So like I say, a quarter scale Predator behind the door. Then we've got the Alien 40th anniversary wave, and then we go into Predator. Now the reason for this is because initially all of my Alien figures were on the bottom shelf, all my Predators were on the top, well, this shelf, and I just realized that there's a lot, it just looks a bit clunky, and the reason is because you've got these great big aliens and then all of a sudden you've got this cluster of other stuff. So I decided to kind of split it. So I have the best Alien figures, which, if I'm being honest, are all the 40th anniversary wave. I just feel like these older ones, I'm not saying they're bad, I'm just saying that when you try and display them in such a small space, it does look a bit clunky. So I thought I'd have my favourite up here, sort of going into Predator 1, all the Lost Tribe. I have saved a space there for the Battle Damaged City Hunter because I haven't quite got him yet. And then just all my favourite Predators all here. Very awesome. I've actually got the Red Predator and the Wasp, which are both very hard to find. And then down here is the rest of my Alien stuff. If Her Majesty does fall over, at least she hasn't got far to go. But that hasn't happened. It's actually quite sturdy. We've got some cool Alien variants here. He was a recent addition to the collection. And all this awesome stuff. It's a shame it's so far down, but you know, you can still see it, but it's a bit difficult to get this far down. The rest of the Predator stuff. Got the Predator blade drone, and then you got the, what's that one? The Scorpion Alien, just because I have no room on the shelves. And then under here is just a load of Daleks. Once again, I just don't have any room for them. And then this is that AVP thing that came with the McFarlane Alien. I would love to try and get this on the shelf. But that's really it for down here. So it looks like we have to get back up on the chair again. So now moving on to the cabinets, I've tried to save the best for last. So we've got all of my 1/6 scale figures, which I try and keep inside the cabinets for dust's sake. So we've got a very Doctor Who central one. You've got the Big Chief Studios 3rd Doctor and 8th Doctors. Haven't actually finished paying him off yet, but I'm about to. And they're surrounded by these really nice Eagle Moss figures. I apologise for the lighting, guys. In fact, just give me a moment. Okay, hopefully that's helped a little bit. So along here, you're probably going to see my reflection. Hello. We have my custom Emperor Davros model kit, which was done by Mooncrest Models. He's a very, very cool guy. Go check out his Instagram. He does all this stuff. That's Mooncrest Models. And yeah, I've still got to get round to actually painting the Davros head in there, but this is an absolutely fantastic piece and it looks so good with my Doctor Who 1/6 scale figures. Then continuing the trend of Doctor Who, down here, which is kind of at my bed level height, we've got this really nice sort of retro style Doctor Who toys. So you've got some Corgis, you've got Dapol, Product Enterprise Chrome Dalek, which is a recent addition to the collection, very hard to get. And then you've got the sort of Biff Bang Pow Doctor Who figures all nicely in there. And I'll move along to this because I'm going to have to get down on my knees to get down there. So up here, we've got my Michael Myers shelf. This is very cool. So got a bit of a cluster of Trick or Treat Studios Michael Myers figures in there. I have customized this head sculpt. I've pushed the eyes further back. A great YouTuber, Dean Knight, shows you how to do it. Go check his channel out, he's absolutely fantastic. And got my Trick or Treat Studios Michael Myers Halloween 2 mask, which I completely repainted. Did a very bad video on my channel where I kind of showed you the midway process, but I will kind of add to that. I've completely re-haired it and repainted it. It's not the best. It looks a bit funny when it's displayed on the mannequin head, but when I actually wear it, it looks much better because my chubby face pushes it out, which is how it was on the actor, because he had quite a wide face. Not that he was saying he's chubby, but like me, but he just had quite a wide face, so it pushed it out, and lots of people couldn't believe that these two are the same mask, but it just goes to show you the difference it can make when you stretch the latex. So got the NECA retro cloth, best figure NECA has ever made in my opinion. I will mention that when I talk about it, also a review for that. And then I got the Tots Halloween 1 figure, so it's a really nice Halloween shelf. Some of you might wonder how I can sleep with this staring at me. It's like, well, I am a huge Halloween fan, so there's your answer. Down here, I might have to turn off the lava lamp, just to, there we go. So we got my Hot Toys Terminator Salvation endoskeletons, which again are a recent addition to the collection. I've got the rubber skin version. I'm going to have to seriously customize that though to actually try and get it on the head, but I will get there one day. But very, very awesome pieces. I'm also going to see if I can get them to light up. Sadly, this one was a bit broken, but you know, I got 2 for the price of 1, so I was really happy with that. And then here we've got the Mezco figures, which are absolutely fantastic. Oh, I do have the Mezco Leatherface as well, but I forgot to take him out. I'm in the process of doing a sort of quick review for that, but sadly I did forget to take that out, so I'm a bit annoyed. But yeah, I do have the Leatherface as well. But we've got the Jason Voorhees here, really nice figure. I should really do a review for him. I got the Predator, I've done a review for that, check it out, I'm so happy with it. And then this kind of really cool stylized Mezco Predator 2 Predator. So I'm now going to have to get down on my knees because you can see just how tight this whole space is. So give me a second. And we are way back up here. So finishing off the Classic Who Blu-rays, we're here. Obviously, as more get added, this will kind of push this way and phase out this New Who stuff. You've got New Who Daleks, the characters at the back. Classic Daleks at the front because they're the best. Just... As I say, I'm going to make an entire video series on Doctor Who and just why it's not my cup of tea anymore. But I do love these figures. Like, they mean so much to me in my childhood. I could never just throw them away. And they're very impressive. And you just got some spare characters over here going into the War Doctor. And then this kind of carries on into my DVD collection. I'm probably going to have to stand on my bed. Hopefully I don't go through it. So I was going to do whole individual videos just talking about them. If you guys want to see that, as I said, let me know in the comments what you want to see first. So my DVD collection going into Blu-rays. All the sort of more family films. I've tried to categorize them, so you've got like Alien going into Batman, sort of television, so you've got like 70s horror, Firefly, great sci-fi series, got some comedies, great drama, more stuff I grew up with, you know, Lord of the Rings, MCU Phase 1, the only one that's worth anything, but like I say, I'll go into so much more detail. Here is a Sontaran ship. It's only here because really I didn't have any room for it, or these guys. It's right next to the window. Then down here, I'm still working on this, but you've got all my limited editions, nice sets, and then getting into the 4Ks now. Very, very nice. Indiana Jones collection, Star Wars The Clone Wars, and pre-Disney Star Wars, fantastic. And then you've got the Pride and Joy, so you've got my masks. These are latex masks. These two are customs, so you've got a Terry Malloy Davros from the 80s, you've got a Silurian mask, which is just an absolute marvel. Got some stuff at the front that is just here temporary, I didn't have much room for it. And then here you've got my recently added Trick or Treat Studios Part 9 Jason mask, and my American Werewolf in London Nightmare Demon mask. I've done a review of this on the channel, go check it out, it's very impressive. And these reside above my cabinets, and thank God they just about fit. Quite literally, he only just fits. So yeah, I really wish I had more space, but for now I'm sticking with these 4. And just as a little bonus, because you're probably wondering, where do you keep your clothes? And the truth is, all nice and neatly in there under my bed in this big clothes drawer. Also do have another wardrobe which I share that's in another part of the house, but yeah, I'm not gonna lie guys, I basically live in a big toy room, so it is what it is. So that's going to do it for this video guys. I do hope you enjoyed it. As I say, this isn't set in stone. This is constantly subject to change. In fact, it's actually changed multiple times since I first made the room, but I'm very happy with it. This has honestly been my dream. Sadly, back home with my parents, we just never were able to realize this, but you know, just big thank you to my landlord, because honestly he helped me put this all together, and I love the way it's turned out. You know, when I found out my room was just going to be, you know, 6 by 10, I was kind of like, oh god, not going to be able to do anything. But you know, what we've achieved really is something. And you know, like I say, I've got my little remote, I can change the colors. You watch it not work now. Hopefully I can get it to work. Hello? Well, it would help if I held the remote the right way around. So yeah, I can get colours to change, have whatever lighting I want. Maybe even a strobe. Oh, that's nope, that's too much. So yeah, very cool. I'm so happy with it. I do plan to have lights on this part of the wall and all over my display, just to help highlight the figures as it does at the top there, and my DVD collection. But yeah, overall I'm really happy with it. I mean, obviously I do wish there was a bit more space, but you know, it's my nice little man cave, and I just hope you guys have enjoyed this little tour I've given you. So be sure to like, share, subscribe if you want to. You don't have to, I never like to force people, but please let me know down in the comments below if you do want to see more. What do you want to see me review first, or show off? Do you want to see my DVD collection, my Doctor Who, the Marvels, the Star Wars, Doctor Who figures, NECA figures? Just let me know what you guys would like to see, and I will dedicate an individual full-length video into talking about each figure and what I think and all that for much more detail, because if I tried to do that with this entire room guys, this video would be 2 hours long. So yeah, So hopefully going to start a nice little series showing everything off. So I hope you're all good where you are in the world, guys. Stay safe and happy, and I'll catch you all in the next one. And remember, guys, keep collecting. Bye-bye.